Showbot is a former Muslim and PLO member. That's right. And he's uncovered shocking information about Hillary Clinton's Deputy Chief of Staff, Huma Abedin. You may also know her as the wife of the disgraced Representative Anthony Weiner. Waleed is here to tell us how Huma Abedin, the wife of Anthony Weiner, has ties to the Muslim Brotherhood and Al-Qaeda. Waleed, welcome to the Savage Nation.
Michael, it's great to be with you today.
What did you find out about Anthony Weiner's wife, Huma Abedin, and her mother?
Well, it's a very interesting question that really mandates an answer. Because many will think that Huma Abedin's mother, being a member of the Muslim Brotherhood, which was founded by a Dastur in Egypt, plus Egyptian experts pointed it out, with 63 members in 13 different countries. One of the names that was listed was Huma's mother, Salihah Mahmoud Abedi, in which the question I pose to anyone that wants to say that this is simply guilt by association is that it's impossible to have a member of the Muslim Brotherhood to not denounce having been married out of the faith, being unequally yoked, marrying a male Jew, and she being a female Muslim. No one can find any example like this except Huma Abedin. The question is, why is her family silent about it? And the Muslim Brotherhood itself, which Huma Abedin's mother is a member of, is silent about it. The answer is, there's only two answers. Either Huma Abedin has a higher calling, or Anthony Weiner simply converted to Islam.
Well, what is the Muslim Sisterhood?
The Muslim Sisterhood is an organization that has been recognized by the Muslim Brotherhood, initiated by the Muslim Brotherhood. In fact, the Muslim Brotherhood's own website, people could read my article in Pajamas Media, it confirms the existence of the Sisterhood organization. It started off as a spy activity in which women were less searched by security, so they were smuggling letters and things and documents, but then evolved later on to establish 63 members to infiltrate women's groups in the United Nations, in women arenas all over the world, globally in Europe, to fight for hijabization, to spread the ideals of the Muslim Brotherhood, and infiltrated in 13 different countries. The list is very well established and has even members of the Sisterhood organization in the United States of America itself. Let's not forget, we had just Abdullah Nahshan, he's a supervisor for the Sisterhood, that was exiled from the U.S. recently for involvement in terroristic groups, and as well as have defrauded the government with passports and things of that sort.
Doesn't Huma's brother work at Oxford University in England?
Absolutely. In fact, her brother adds more to the case. Why is he not speaking out and condemning his sister for marrying out of the faith? Especially, he sits on the board with the Oxford University Center for Islamic Studies, and on that board with him is the notorious Sheikh Al-Qaradawi, Sheikh Yusuf Al-Qaradawi, who permits suicide bombings and also very well affiliated with his promotion of terrorism, sits on the same board, alongside also with Omar Nassif, the notorious Muslim godfather of Al-Qaeda, sits with Huma's brother. You know, the argument is that it's like getting Eva Braun, the mistress of Adolf Hitler during World War II, to say, well, it's okay, she can work for the State Department. This becomes a very major issue that the U.S. should be looking at regarding national security.
How did Huma Abedin manage to get a security clearance to work at the State Department? Or is that an oxymoron? It's which state and which department?
Well, I don't think she needed a security clearance. I think that Hillary Clinton has always supported the idea of basically engaging the Muslim Brotherhood. The current policy is to engage the Muslim Brotherhood. There is a U.S. Islam engagement started by Madeleine Albright, in which members of the Muslim Brotherhood were involved in it, including Faisal Abdul Rauf, the imam behind the Ground Zero Mosque, who notoriously in the Arabic language does double speak and talks about his support for terrorism in the Arabic. In the English language, he talks about having interfaith dialogue. So this attempt by the State Department to conduct interfaith dialogue with the enemy has allowed the enemy to masticize itself and to cover and cocoon itself as a viable entity, and by that entered into the strength of America, including having Hillary Clinton going to Dar al-Hikmah University in Jeddah to speak alongside Huma's mother, the member of the Muslim Brotherhood, and Suhair Qurashi, who her name also was established in Al Jazeera, in Al Masri, in Dastur, as a member of the Sisterhood organization, the affiliate of the Muslim Brotherhood. There's Hillary Clinton, knowing these things, no problem, still goes there and speaks. Of course, let's not forget, it was Hillary Clinton that stopped the ban of Tariq Ramadan, the grandson of Hassan al-Banna, entry to the U.S. He's permitted to enter into the U.S. Under this current administration. It was Bill Clinton who gave the green light for Fathullah Gulen, the Turkish escapee who was wanted in Turkey for trying a coup, and Bill Clinton gives him the green light and promotes him. And in fact, Gulen, in his Turkish language, talks about how to infiltrate the system, how to enter into the arteries of the system undetected, how to build a spider web. All these conspiracies have been well established when it comes to the Islamist movement, yet us bringing this issue out seems to label us as basically doing guilt by association. No, it's not guilt by association. There is tremendous evidence to support this ironclad case.
Do you believe Weiner's wife serving in the position that she does constitutes a breach of national security?
Well, she's serving, and especially when Hillary Clinton talks in the Dar al-Hikmah, talking about Huma and saying that Huma works for her in sensitive issues and secret issues. That's been declared even in Saudi Arabia. So her connection to her family will simply leak information that are sensitive, especially when she was married to Anthony Weiner, a senator, and having an ear to the State Department, knowing all the secrets. Of course, it is very easy for her to leak those sensitive information, and by far we need to question why has there been no separation from Huma to the Muslim Brotherhood family. There has been no condemnation by the Brotherhood family towards Huma, especially that she is married unequally yoked. This is something unheard of in the Middle East, to have an acceptance of something of that sort, unless Huma Abedin has a higher calling.
Well, Waleed, do you believe it's possible that his wife knew about Weiner's compromised situation and was exploiting that to get information that she normally wouldn't have access to?
Well, no one knows for certain what information she got from Anthony Weiner or what the case is. What we do know is that Weiner has tendencies to basically have sympathies towards Islam. He fasted Ramadan with his wife, so he could have sympathies towards her cause. And of course, a woman can obtain information in many other ways. So it is very likely that Huma Abedin does know sensitive information, especially that we know from top officials that work with the Clintons that say that Huma Abedin answers the phone day and night and is always the closest associate of Hillary Clinton and is with her continuously all the time for days on days.
I've predicted that Huma Abedin could run for his office. For his seat, actually. Do you think that she could?
That's a very good question, that Huma Abedin will run for office, because even in the Arabic media, there has been reports of Huma Abedin issued press releases to talk about how the Clintons will basically help her into entering into the political arena. In fact, Michael, the Middle East has already addressed Huma's higher calling long ago. Take Dr. Mu'min Muhammad during 2008, who's a reporter in Syria. He wrote about Huma's aspirations and that she vowed to stay with Hillary, even if later, Hillary Clinton, that is, to lose the presidential nomination to Obama. And I quote, translated from the Arabic, what this article says. Abedin assures in press releases her continuance on the path with Hillary Clinton, even if Clinton failed as a candidate. The candidate's aides and other influential figures in the Democratic Party assures that they do not disregard Abedin running for election or taking her position in the political arena by the help and successive political administrations with the aid of the Clinton family itself. So this is basically the consensus of the Arabic Middle Eastern media. Westerners need to start basically tuning into what is said in the Arabic about Huma Abedin, the family, the connection to the Muslim Brotherhood, Huma's inspiration, what is a known fact in the Middle East on the streets is hardly even discussed about this whole case. The only thing the media wants to discuss in this case is the sexual issues about her husband, when in reality we need to focus about the national security issues.
Is the Muslim sisterhood really as bad as the Muslim Brotherhood?
Yes, in fact, it's even worse because it could enter into areas in the United Nations and the government offices under the guise of doing women's activities, women's rights issues. The sisterhood list includes wives of the top Muslim Brotherhood leaders. From Egypt, we have Najla Ali Mahmoud, just to give you one simple example out of the 63. She is the wife of Muhammad Eid al-Masri, who is a member of the Guidance Bureau of the Muslim Brotherhood and the current leader of the Justice and Freedom Party. The Muslim Brotherhood just changed its name in Egypt to be called the Justice and Freedom Party, the new name for the Muslim Brotherhood. So what is this leader? Just to give you an example, what is this leader of Justice and Freedom, the Muslim Brotherhood, that is saying these days under the new guise of moderation? We have libraries really to fill. He is talking about how to ban even the statues that exist in Egypt. He is talking about the Americans, why that no person with the right faculty can believe in the Trinity. In other words, all Americans, all Christians are crazy people. It's a very Nazistic kind of aspiration. You have women on the sisterhood list who are professors of a French civilization who can be seen on Al Jazeera talking about how the Pope is conspiring to kill all the Muslims throughout the world, how the Pope and the Vatican wants to basically Christianize the entire globe by the year 2000, and so on and so forth. You have spies on the Sinai Peninsula spying at Israeli movements, military movements. You have all sorts of women advocacy groups, doctors. I began to do a detailed investigative on the issues on the list itself to show with links to the Muslim Brotherhood websites itself with their aspirations and their detailed plans and all these things. This has never been published anywhere in the U.S. media, which we should be doing very shortly.
Waleed Shobat, thanks for being with us on The Savage Nation.
Michael, thank you for having me on the show.
This is The Savage Nation.
Savage.